Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to discuss about another very important topic for CSS, that is color model. So mainly we are going to talk about what is RGB color model and what is RGBA color model. Okay, there is no much difference between these two models, but yes, it is very important to know about RGB as well as RGBA model. Okay. So by the end of this session, we will be able to understand what is RGB, what is RGBA, how we can use this model, what are the applications and benefit of this model. But before we start, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic. Because for time being, we are just focusing on RGB and RGBA model. But prior to that, you should know about the other basic stuff like basics of CSS and HTML. Okay, fine. So I think now we are good to start with the session. And here, if we talk about code, so code is very simple and straightforward. We have just noted down one title in the head section, and there is one heading which is showing CSS Cascading Style Sheets by Sharmit. Okay. Now what we will do, we will simply save this code and refresh the browser. So on a refresh, you will see that CSS Cascading Style Sheets by Sharmit has been populated. Okay. Now just after that, what we will do, we will write another heading just to show the today's topic. So I'll write here H2, and here we will write RGB, which is red, green, blue model in CSS. Okay, so this is our today's main topic, RGB, red, green, blue model in CSS. So with its name, it's quite clear that we are the primary three color would be red, green and blue, and using these three color we can create more color. So let's say if someone asks you what is RGB, so you can simply say RGB stands for red, green and blue color, the three primary color used in digital screens. Okay. Now if someone asks you how it works, so basically like we know that the primary three color are red, green and blue, but colors are created by mixing. Colors can be created by mixing different intensities of red, green and blue light. Okay, so let's say if you want to make another color, for example any other color, yellow or pink or anything. So in that case, what you can do, you can decide the intensities of these color red, green and blue, and according to after mixing up with those intensity, you can create or generate a new color. Okay, so that's this type of model or this type of way of coloring is known as RGB model. Okay, now this is clear, like we have to specify the intensities for red, green and blue, but what about the range? So here in RGB, each value ranges from 0, which is no color, to 255, which is full color. Okay, so now it is clear that whatever intensity we are going to pass here would be between 0 or 255, where 0 means no color and 255 means full color. Okay, now I'll show you how we can create a color using RGB model. So for that, I'll just simply copy this thing, and here we will use style inline CSS. So style and background color. Here, instead of selecting directly these color, what we will do, we will go for a RGB model. So how to start RGB? You just need to write here RGB, then you can simply use parenthesis, and here you can put the values. So let's say we are supposed to pass three values. So first value, which is a red value, I am going to pass it as 255 with the highest intensity. For green, I will go with 0. For blue, I will go with 0. It is not always fixed. As per your requirement, you can change it, but for this example, I'm using 255 for red, which is a highest intensity, then 0, then 0. Now you can save it and refresh the browser. So once you refresh the browser, you can see RGB red, green, blue model in CSS is coming with a black with a red background. Okay, similarly, let's say if you want to create it in a green background, so what you just need to do here is just change 255 to 0 and include 255 here. Okay, now you can save it and refresh it. So now you can see this font background is of green color. Why? Because we have used the highest intensity there. Likewise, if you want to change it to blue, you can simply make it as 0 here, and here you can put 255. Okay, so in this case it is showing blue color. Now some of you might be thinking, like, are we supposed to use only these three color? No, it is not like that. You can create any other color which you want to create. For example, let's see how it would work if we make it as 000. So in this case it would come as black. Similarly, if you make it as 255 for all three, so in that case it will come with a white color. 255, 255 and 255. So you can see it is coming without any color, although like there is a white background, but it is not visible, right? Similarly, if you want to create a yellow color, so you can provide 255, 255 and 0. So in such case situation it will come with a yellow color. Okay, so now likewise you can explore different intensities. For example, if instead of here we put value here 255, so it will come with a light blue. Okay, so this is how you can hit and try values, and you can try to create your own color. Let's say if I want to, and not always fix that you have to use 2 or 255 or 0. You can use any value. For example, 225, and here I will use 105, and here I will use 210. Not 210. Let's make it as 24. So it would come look like this. It would look like this. Okay, so likewise you can try different colors with RGB model. So it is clear now that RGB stands for red, green, blue, which are the primary three color of this model. But we can create more color by mixing the intensities, and the intensity value ranges between 0 to 255, where 0 means no color, 255 means highest or full color. Clear? So this is all about the RGB model. Now we will talk about the red, green, blue alpha model or RGBA model. So for that I'll just copy it here. RGBA. This is also a model, and in interviews also, like, this question comes many times, like, what is the difference between RGB and RGBA? So I'll explain you what is this. So this is similar to RGB, just only difference is that that it comes with one extra argument, which is alpha, which help us to control the opacity of the color. Let me show you how. So for example, if you want to use a green color, so what you can do, you can simply provide here. So you can simply go here. Let me change it, because now we are talking about RGB now, so it should be there. So here I'll provide style for inline CSS, then I'll provide background color, and in background color we will put RGB, where 0, 0, 255. Okay, now you can save it and refresh it. Fine. So you can see that RGB color is showing blue color. Then what is the difference? The difference is the difference comes when we introduce a new argument, which ranges from 0.0 to 0.0 to 1.0. So what we will do now, here we will put 0.8. Save it and refresh it. So now you can see the intensity is changed. Similarly, 0.1, you can see opacity is reduced. Okay, so this is how you can control the opacity for this color. Although it is showing blue color, but the intensity is different. You can see here this color is also for RGB. This is from RGB and this is from RGBA, where we have applied our A value or alpha value is 0.6. That's why it is coming light color. Okay, so basically it is controlling the opacity of that color, which ranges from 0 to 1.0. okay, so similarly, like, it is not always fixed that you have to use it for this color. You can use it for any color. You can just add extra argument and it would work as a RGBA model. Clear? So I hope this entire session is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss a few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.